Go ahead and find your seat. Mama used to say, go ahead and make you a nest. God's good. You search the whole world over, no greater friend you'll find. He's not good just once in a while. He's good all the time. Amen. While you're finding your seat, remember all these folks lost their loved ones, got a lot of death. And we're having our kickoff meeting for our nativity today. So what time is that? Somebody knew? 4 o'clock. We're just going to get together and see who's going to do what and what's going to talk. And then might have some new stuff, might have some old stuff. But anyway, show up. If you don't show up, we may can it. You don't want to can it, do you? Yeah, okay. Are you there? Are you there? Are you still there? That's what I say on the phone all the time. You lose connection. Can you hear me now? Matthew chapter 5. And I've just been, old saying goes, on cloud 9 since the revival. Brother Isaac Shelton he just fed me something awful. Something great, I guess you'd say. But it wasn't a big shouting meeting, but I told somebody the other day, you can't say nothing when your mouth is full. It's just like a little bird every time, I was just getting fed and he was just feeding us. And chapter 5. And when I remember when I was a little boy, me and Darrell, my other brother Darrell, we'd go out in the woods and we'd cut us a stick horse. And if you wanted if you wanted a pinto, you'd cut you a ring around the bark of that thing. You'd skin the bark off of it, and you'd have it be white here. Then you leave the bark on it here, and it'd be white. Some of you young folks looking at me, what's he talking about? Yeah. If you wanted a palomino, then you could find you a sourwood. And you can just sort of strip it, boy, and it sort of look in between black and white. We'd get us an old string. We'd cut us a groove right around the top of it before we could wrap that string. Get us an old shoestring or something for the ring. We just make us an old gun out of a stick or something. But I'd always want to be Roy Rogers. I'd always want to. And then we watched the old Western movies. One of them say, well, I'm Paladin. I'm Paladin. I'm Matt Dillon. You'd always want to be like somebody, wouldn't you? I'm going somewhere. We'd always want to be like somebody. Who did you always want to be like? Batman? Who was it, Jimmy? I didn't hear you. Little Joe Carter. Were you left-handed? Oh. I want to preach on thought this morning. Who do you want to be like? Who would you like to be like? I used to, when I got my, Dad brought an old Epiphone guitar in, all busted up. The guy's wife, he came in too late one night and she busted all to pieces. It's an old archtop Epiphone. I'd give anything if I had that thing back. I've asked around where it's at. Nobody can't remember where it is, but I told somebody the other day, I said, I'll give a whole lot more than what that guitar is worth if you can find it. But Dad took that thing, glued it back together. Me and Darrell would fight over who's going to play the guitar. I learned my first chord on that guitar. So Dad went and got me an old cheap K mandolin. And then I wanted to be like Bill Monroe. I'd practice that Mule Skinner blues kickoff. Dun, 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 dun. I'd show it to you, but I finally got it right. When I got it right, I didn't want to be like Bill Monroe anymore. I wanted to sing the blues like Uncle Hank Williams. You know, y'all remember Hank Williams? He wasn't my uncle, but he was a Williams, I reckon. But I got to where I didn't want to be like him neither. But one day I wanted to be like somebody else. And it was a man that hung on the cross and bled and died for my sin, my unrighteousness. We all want to be like him. They were first called Christians at Antioch, for they were Christ-like. We're all in here today. We call ourselves Christians. We want to be like him. It does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know when he shall appear that we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Amen? Oh, brother, I told the brother the other night, I said, I heard an old preacher say one time, there's two things that makes a man want to preach. And that's somebody that can preach and somebody that can't preach. But I said, you make me want to preach because you can preach. Somebody said, why did you even want to carry this gospel? I saw somebody that was carrying it. I saw somebody that I wanted to be like. Amen. We'll take up traits of different preachers, Steve. Steve, no doubt's learned things from me. I've learned things from him. We learn from one another. We'll learn from one another, Tom, but this preaching thing. I learned a lot from Brother Parkins, and he I don't know how many church he pastored, but he was just a man of God.